Okay, so we're going to start with this thing. But before we get into the list of words that I'm about to share with you, why aren't you subscribed? Go subscribe right now. Now you can watch the rest of the video, alright? Bye-bye. Thank you. Which I'm not sure if it's backwards for y'all or not. I'll put... So then y'all could read this with me. And I'm just gonna read it in order. Adopted, chosen, masterpiece, beloved, God's possession, family, belonged, son or daughter, saved, prized possession, child, loved. And right next to it, I wrote deeply loved. Creation, precious, unique, important, forgiven, protected, special, cared for. And write down whatever word felt like it connected to you the most. And I'll say it again. Adopted, chosen, masterpiece, beloved, God's possession, family, belong, son or daughter, saved, prized, possession, child, deeply loved, creation, precious, unique, important, forgiven, protected, special, cared for. Write down what word or words that speak towards you, that grab your attention. And then go through and write down the words that is who you are to God. Are you adopted? Are you chosen? Are you a masterpiece? Are you beloved? Are you God's possession? Are you family? Are you beloved? Are you a son or a daughter? Are you saved? Are you a prized possession? Are you a child? And this could be in the sense of, by law, you're legally a child. That by your age, you're a child. Or that you're a child of God. That you are deeply loved. That you are creation. That you are precious. You are unique. You are important. You are forgiven. You are protected. You are special. You are cared for. What are you in God? Or what is most important for you to be in relation to God? For me, as you have seen previously, as I put it up on screen, for me, the word masterpiece and protected resonated with me the most. And take the words that you have and write it down. I am a masterpiece and protected. Write down, I am blank. And then if you have more than one word, then just write them, or write another sentence. State it, put it in writing, put it in history, not just in your mind, but write it down. Write it down so that even though your body may turn into ashes, someone could find your thoughts, someone could find your soul, someone could find what was left of you, could find a trace of you. Trace that you were on this earth, and that no matter what occurred in your life, you knew that in the vision of God, you are a masterpiece, that you are protected, that you were adopted to being a God's child, that you are God's child, and that even though your earthly family may have not been the best, you opened your arms to God and accepted God as your family. And then I did this 2 years ago, and I just found it. This was done in a church that I spent my junior year in high school in. So this was during COVID, during the pandemic, where it was towards the middle of everything, somewhat starting to open up and everything. But this church, I only went during my junior year. And it was the first time I ever went there. I was invited by a friend, and I'm so thankful that she invited me there. And I wrote down John 1, verse 10. And it reads, "The Word was the world. And through God made the world through him. Yet the world did not recognize him." And there's nothing more on the back of this. So I'm not sure of what my thought process was when I wrote down John 1:10, but it was definitely spoken during the time of this activity. And I just remembered when I was handed this, and whoever was in charge of this activity, when he said the third word, masterpiece, it grabbed my attention. So did the word protection, but masterpiece is what I went home with, is what I was talking about when I was driving back home after the youth group was done. After we had did the activities that were planned for that day, after we talked to our group and discussed how that activity was important for us, or how it may be helpful for us, or how without this we wouldn't realize that. And I just remember masterpiece sticking to me the most, because in that moment I didn't feel like one, but I knew in the image of God I am. But in that moment I didn't feel like it, but I knew like that is possible. Me being a masterpiece is possible. Only through the image of God, though. Because I knew I tried to be a masterpiece without God. I tried so hard. And that day, January 13th of 2021, I knew I didn't feel like a masterpiece. But if you were to ask my parents, they would say I was, or that I still currently am. But to me, over 2 years ago, I didn't feel like it. And so masterpiece stuck with me, because all of these other words, 20-ish other words, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 exactly. Out of all these 20 words, the one word I never associated a child of God to be, or for who I am to God, I never thought of masterpiece. Out of all the 20 words, 19 I've heard of them, one I did not. And that one word stuck with me. And when I found this a few seconds ago, because I literally chucked this journal onto my bed, because I'm like, there's important information on it, because this was the whole journal I had when I was at that church my junior year of high school, from fall of 2020 to springtime of 2021. I took this every Thursday from the person's house, whoever was hosting the group session, the youth group at that time, to when we transitioned to the church, because the church finally let the group go back into the church. And I remember just sitting in a seat at that church and just seeing the word masterpiece on who are you to God, and I was like, masterpiece wasn't something I ever thought I could be in the image of God, but yet I am. I may have not thought that I was 2 years ago. Sometimes I may even think that I'm not, some days even. This week I probably felt that. But I know that it's true, that being a masterpiece with God in the image of God is true, and it's I am capable of doing it. You are capable of doing it. Whatever word I have these list of 20. Whatever word sticks to you the most powerful word, even if it doesn't make sense for it to be the most attention grabbing to you, take that word with you and just state it to yourself every day you wake up, every time you wake up, every time you go to bed, every time you take a shower, or every time you feel like you're not, or when you feel down, or someone made you feel negative, their energy just doesn't sit right with you, and so you walk away and you're just like, that's not what I want to feel. Say, I am a masterpiece. Fill it in with your word. Because the word was the world, and through God made the world through him, yet the world did not recognize him yet. Whatever word or words that resonate with you the most, take it with you. And even if you feel like it grabs your attention, but it doesn't feel like it's reality yet, keep saying it to yourself. I am a masterpiece. I am protected. Your words will become your actions, because our brains are not developed to tell us a lie constantly over and over. No. If we keep saying something to ourselves, eventually our brains are going to be like, okay, we got to do something to make this true. Because if we don't, well then there's why we're saying it. So eventually your brain will be like, okay, we'll start doing activities to make it true in reality. To make it reality, and it's not just a thought, it's not just an idea, but we'll make it true. And therefore, by making it true, you're living through God. But other people may not realize that. So they may not recognize that it's the works of God. That you are doing things that describe you in the image of God. That describe who you are when you are in relationship with Christ. That's okay. Because at least you are acting on it. You are being true to yourself. You are being true to God and to the kingdom of God. And you're doing it because you want whatever word you have or words to be true. 2 years ago, I did this activity. 2 years ago, I was presented with the idea that I could be a masterpiece to God. 2 years later, I found this. I found my writing. I am a masterpiece and protected. I am a masterpiece and I'm protected. And comment down which of the 20 words resonated with you. Which one are you taking hold and taking for yourself? Let me know.